Are you sick of the lady in the Żabka asking for your application because you never have it because your card doesn't work? Or do you not speak Polish and you hate social interaction? Well, Żabka Nano is the place for you. Yes, we've come here before, but this one's slightly different. This one's in Krakow, not in Poznan, and it has a coffee machine. And I want a coffee because I've got a train to catch. So let's pop this into English. I'll tell you a little bit more about the place once we get in. I will then tap my card. I should get a text message. I wonder if it's still linked to my card actually. Come in, we're done. That's it. Right guys, so what makes this store different? What makes this store different is you don't have to scan anything, you don't have to talk to anybody, you literally pick things up, I've tapped my card, it knows that you've taken and you go. If you look above you, there's cameras everywhere. Now, a couple of people did mention that this might be like that Amazon Go store, which had a similar concept, but it was kind of a lie because they said it was AI powered, but it was actually just a bunch of Indian dudes watching all the cameras. But from what I understand with the Żabka, it is genuinely AI. A few people commented saying, oh no, it's not, but I think it actually is. So let's get ourselves a coffee to start with. Żabka coffee is fantastic. Let's get a big one. I like a coffee with milk, and I want a duja, and I want to start. Right, the good thing is we can let that go, we can get ourselves a little snack. Right, you've got everything, so you've got your Cokes, your Pepsis, iced teas, even Arizona tea, you've got all the different waters. And this chocolate, I believe, I can just put this straight in my pocket. So we'll take that with us. And it means, you know, there's no basket, so if you want to get a few things, you can just put them in your bag, put them in your pockets, and leave. You've got all sorts as well, so you've got fruit juices, you've got sandwiches. Actually, we might pick up a terrible sandwich. They are not good from Żabka, I'm not going to lie. I love Żabka, I love their hot dogs, their sandwiches are a bit pants, but I do need to get a train, and there's no restaurant car, I believe, on the train, although that will be in the next video. So let's have a look. I think we'll pop, oh yeah, there's also like protein bits and bobs and yogurts and stuff. Let's just get a Caesar chicken sandwich as well, and there's all sorts of pop and stuff, but we'll have our coffee. Here we are. And I will say something, guys, that is fantastic about Żabka is they have cinnamon sugar, which is what takes this coffee to the next level. So I have a sweet tooth. Let me pop a couple cinnamon sugars in this bad boy. Oh, I really smell it, it's hit my nose. Let's get ourselves a little stirrer. Right guys, we're in Flavour Town now. Coffee, sandwich and a chocky bar. Pop that in there. And you know what we'll do actually? We'll get one normal drink because I'll have my coffee now, but I might get a little thirsty on the train. And guys, we've got it. We've got Dr. P in the house. If you know, you know. Now I will say Oshies are divine. I do love an Oshi. I don't see any in the fridge. Oh, I do here. There's some down here, but I've already made my decision. Dr. P. So we'll pop that in the pocket again. We've got a lot of pockets, luckily. And the sandwich can go in the other pocket. Right, let's get the lid on this and then we'll pop outside. Where's the lids? I have no idea how much any of this has cost. I haven't looked at the price for anything. Oh, we've got a guest. Right. And that's it, guys. You just leave. You don't have to scan anything. Let's just vamoose. Right guys, that is Żabka Nano. Very simple, very quick, and yeah, it's great actually. And these are open 24/7, so even on public holidays when normal Żabkas would be shut, this is open. So this is what it looks like from the outside. It's got that nice neon colour. And you'll see Żabkas everywhere, but you won't necessarily see a Żabka Nano. There's usually only a few in each of the cities. So in Poznan there's 2, in Krakow I think there's 3, and in Warsaw there's the most, there's quite a few. And there's one with the hot dog robot there as well. Now we've used the robot hot dog, which is called Robi, before in Poznan, but that wasn't in a Nano, that was just in a regular old Żabka. So what we'll do is, when I am actually popping to Warsaw in a couple of days, I'm only in Poland for like 3 days, I'm just visiting some friends, and I've got a flight transfer through here. We'll pop into that Żabka Nano and we'll get ourselves a hot dog from the robot, because the robot hot dog we used before was just a normal Żabka, but it had the robot in, which was awesome, don't get me wrong, but to be able to go into a Żabka without any humans and get your hot dog, that is peak Polish existence. That is Poland 2077 cyberpunk. Right, let's try this coffee. Bellissimo. Absolutely delicious. It reminds me a lot of Greg's coffee. Is it as good as Greg's coffee? Not quite. I don't think anything will surpass Greg's coffee. Now, of course, you can go to the market in Wrocław and get yourself a coffee where they've roasted it there fresh. That is the best coffee on God's green earth. But when we're talking about like quick coffees like that, Greg's is the best, unfortunately. I say unfortunately because it's not here in Poland, so I'm drinking Żabka coffee, which is also very, very good. When you tap your card and you enter a Żabka Nano, it will bill you 15 zloty from the get-go. Now, a lot of people wondering, do you get that back? How does that work? So basically how that works is kind of like a deposit, right? So I think they're just checking that you have funds on your card and your card is legit. Now, I didn't have to put in a phone number that time, but the first time you'll tap that card, you sort of have to register it. So it'll say, give me your phone number. I put my phone number in, I got a confirmation code. I think that's just a way to sort of verify your identity. So yeah, you get a bill 15 zloty, and basically if you spend more than that, then you'll just get another bill to make up the difference. If let's say I only bought like 5 zloty worth of stuff, then I'd get 10 zloty back. So you get it back, you don't get charged just to enter the shop. Or if you go in and you realize you don't want anything, you'll get that 15 zloty back. But I just got my bill and it was way quicker than last time. Last time it took like an hour and a bit or something, I think, to get my bill. But this time 15 minutes and it got everything perfect. I'll put on the screen now a screenshot of the receipt I got. You get a text with a link and it shows you the itemized bill, and it got it all right, guys. So the Snickers I shoved in my pocket, the Dr. Pepper, the coffee and the sandwich, it all came to £6. Now I know a lot of people, I don't know what it is, love to rip on Żabka. Poles love to hate on it. They always say it's so expensive. To me, that's not really expensive. Obviously it's going to be more than, I guess, going to like a Biedronka, but like you don't have the convenient options. And yeah, so £6. Obviously I'm coming here with my English wage, which is higher than Poland. Saying that though, you guys are about to overtake us in GDP per capita, this, that and the other. So yeah, £2 for a big coffee, can't complain. And it's delicious. Yeah guys, honestly, so 15 minutes, I got it all right. I even heard about a guy, he commented on my last video on the Żabka Nano actually, and he was telling me that him and his wife went there to like stress test it, so they were like sneakily taking things and passing things to each other, and it got everything right. It didn't miss anything, and that's why he was saying it looks like it's definitely not just a bunch of guys watching, because there's no way you would have caught that. It had to have been, you know, AI keeping track of everything like that. But it's not just like one person in the store, so you saw 2 people got in when I left. You can go in with a few people and it'll just be billed to the one person whose card was tapped. So if you and the boys are going in, you want to get a few things, you can. And I think it can have up to 7 or 8 people in there. I can't find it on the exact documentation. The Żabka Nano stuff isn't like super clean cut everywhere, like the information's not great. But I think there's around 7 or 8 people you can fit in those stores, so it would be a bit cramped because it's not a big shop, but the fact that it can keep track of all those people simultaneously is quite impressive. Right guys, so I hope you've enjoyed the little look there at Żabka Nano. I think they're a great, I was going to say concept, but they're not a concept, they're in action. They're very, oh, almost had a little crash there. They're in action, they're quite popular around Poland, they're in pretty much every big city except Bydgoszcz. Sorry guys, some guy was very upset on my last video because I didn't have one. But right guys, I'm going to enjoy my coffee, get a taxi to the train station, and that'll be the next video. We'll be taking a train from Krakow to Poznan. 5 hours, should be fun. No restaurant car though, what a shock. Right guys, see you later.